Hello, I'm Grover Silcox, and welcome to Boundless, where we give voice to Good Shepherd Rehabilitation's patients and their families. You'll hear the compelling real-life stories of folks who have braved the trials, triumphs, and tribulations of rehabilitation and the boundless possibilities that lie on the other side of that journey. Joining me now on today's show is Christian Colon, a tattoo artist who owns a shop in South Bethlehem. Christian's talent is creating body art. But 2 years ago, his own body took a spill in a serious motorcycle accident. He's here to tell us about his journey and his way back. Christian, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So first, tell me a little bit about your shop and your profession.
Gotcha.
Being a tattoo artist.
My name is Christian Colon. I own and operate a shop on East 3rd Street called C23 Inc. I got into this journey and taking it serious in 2016. So going about like 9-ish years now. We have about 10, 11 artists as well as myself. We also do a whole bunch of embroidery, and we have like a sneaker store in the front. It's called Stack Souls Vault. I partnered up with a young fella that does anything and everything that's hype. So I like a lot of like sneakers, as you can see, or hype clothing such as Essential and all that other stuff. So we're more of like an urban tattoo shop mixed with a whole bunch of different type of artists such as anime, realism, micro, whatever you're looking for. We try to house it and give you what you need.
You probably have customers all over Bethlehem, the Lehigh Valley, and beyond.
A little bit everywhere, yeah. Mm-hmm. We try to implement the build relationships instead of transactions. So we try to make everybody that comes in feel comfortable for every shape, size, color, whatever you're trying to do. We try to fit you in with the right artist and make sure what you're looking for is exactly what you get.
So was it 2 years ago that you had your accident?
Yes, 2 years ago, May 12th.
May 12th. You never forget that date.
Can't forget the date.
Right?
It was 2 days before Mother's Day.
And you have your business, you have your art, you have a successful thing going, and then this happens. Tell us a little bit about the accident.
Yeah, it actually happened on the same block as my tattoo shop. They say a lot of your accidents are within 5 miles of your home or wherever you're leaving from. And literally it happened on a day that I was at my shop. So what I do remember from that day, it was a Friday. It was a beautiful Friday. I have a goddaughter that was in high school. I have a nephew and a godson that was in middle school. And when it gets hot out, their first thing was texting me when they're not supposed to be texting in school. But, hey, can you pick me up on the motorcycle?
Sure.
So it was like, okay. So I picked them all up on the motorcycle. I hardly get to ride my bike because I'm always working, whatever the case may be. So I finally rode to the shop. And when I got to the shop, it was a hot day. I took my helmet off, whatever the case may be. I called my client. And it happened to be prom as well, and I didn't know that. But he was letting me know, like, hey, there's a lot of traffic, so I'm going to be like half hour, 45 minutes late. I was like, all right, well, since I hardly ever get to ride my bike, then I could go around the block or go up the street and come back and get a little ride in and still have time. So,
right.
And that's what I thought I was doing. So I went to put my helmet back on, but it was sweaty because it was hot, whatever. So I'm not going too far. I'll ride with no helmet. I got a haircut. I look all right. Why not?
Right.
And that was pretty much it. I came up the block in 3rd and Hayes. I had a yellow light, and then my lights went out. I got hit by the car and woke up 11, 12 days
and
later.
And the driver, who was in a car.
Yeah, GMC Terrain.
Wow.
Yeah, I can never forget the car either.
And from what you told me prior to the program, he didn't even remember seeing you.
No.
It happened so fast.
Yeah, he was a young kid. He actually stopped. So I do appreciate that he stopped and they made the calls and the ambulance got there and all that case. But yeah, he hit from the police report was that he was gonna make the left. He didn't see me, or all he heard was a motorcycle, and then it was just bang. So I think we were just both going through the yellow light, and I had a black bike. There's a little hill, probably his view from where he was at. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I was through the light. By the way, the pictures show, like he definitely hit me. I didn't get hit.
Right. And being on a motorcycle, I mean, you're very vulnerable.
Yeah, and it's quick. And what people don't understand is that on a brake in a car, when you brake, like you go forward. In a bike, you slide. So like it don't brake the same. So it's like if you think about a pedal bike, when you press that back brake, you slide. You don't go like you don't. They don't come to a halt. So even braking on a motorcycle is a lot different than braking in a car. So yeah, all I
And it was long after the accident that, you were told
yeah I
what
even came
happened
to
to
that
you,
conclusion.
that you went
Yeah.
flying 20
Yeah,
feet
20
in the
feet
air.
in the air. I still have an abrasion right here on top of I hit my head. Yeah, the way I heal now is amazing. God is good. But from pictures and stuff that I have seen, that's how I got this story.
Right. Yeah, what was affected? What got broken?
From the accident, I had cuts all over my body for sure. I had a hole in my right knee from just the road burn. I broke my left arm. I broke my left femur. And have nerve damage all throughout my left leg. Pretty much like my whole left side that's the side I was hit on, was pretty much crushed, and still going to therapy to this day, 2 years later. And
Right. You were
we're
in a
getting stronger
coma
every
for a
day.
while, right?
Yes, I was in a medical induced coma for 9 to 11 days roughly. So
Right. And there was some time there where it was dicey.
oh, definitely, yeah.
Your family was told,
Yeah, they
your
actually told
chances.
my wife, Dr. Davis, that I may have 2 hours to live, and that was a crazy time because my mother lives in Florida, so that wasn't good news for my wife to hear, and it wasn't for her to translate that to my mom that hasn't even got on a plane yet. So it was very, very up in the air for a little bit,
Right.
and then we have Miss Katie, who's an amazing nurse at St. Luke's, and she's a family friend to this day, so she's invited to all the cookouts. But she never left my side. She was the only nurse that was able to run this echo machine, and she got that echo machine, and that's what technically saved my life and pushed the healing process forward.
Right. Because your oxygen level was very low.
Yeah, very low. Especially I'm a chronic asthmatic, so
Right.
I done been in ICU for a collapsed lung before. Like my asthma done took me out many times. So when this first happened, that's what I thought I was in there for. Like I thought it was just another asthma attack, and then
Right.
till I tried to move my body and it wasn't moving, and I was like, oh wait, what's going on? And then people you got in a motorcycle accident, and what? And then everybody's telling you their side of the story, and yeah.
Right. So once you recovered from the initial accident,
Mm-hmm.
what couldn't you do? What did that do in terms
Uh,
of the kinds of things, the life you had led up to that point?
Yeah, I was very athletic. I'm still trying to get there, but yeah, I was a very do it all myself type of guy. But when that accident did happen, like my whole left side was pretty much shut down. I had to pretty much. I'm still learning how to walk every day, trying to build my muscle back up. I was very scared I wouldn't be able to tattoo ever again because I had pins in my wrists and I had a broken left arm, and at one point I couldn't even touch my thumb to my pinky. So it was just very just relearning the whole left side of my whole body, and through therapy and consistency and not giving up and positive thinking and going to Good Shepherd and just seeing other people fight through their trials and tribulations and gives you something to be like, what am I really complaining about? Because even my accident it is as bad as it seems, and it is crazy. Somebody's praying for that bad, or what I mean, somebody in that wheelchair wished they had my limp, or somebody with my limp wished, something else. So,
It's the old story of there's always someone who has it worse.
for sure, yes. Yep.
And that's really kind of looking at it the way you should.
Yeah.
And
So as bad as it was, I was grateful that I was still alive. At one point, they wasn't sure if my left leg would ever come back because due to the nerve damage and the surgeries and the swelling and all that stuff that came. So I believe at one point they voiced to my mother that he may never ever get to walk again, or that they don't want to promise something that may not happen, which I definitely understand to this day now. And there's been times that throughout this process, I wish they just took the leg from all the pain that I was going through, just being fully transparent. But
sure, that's what pain does.
yeah, going through that process and stuff like that, I'm grateful and that I still have, even without it, you get amputated, and I see people do runs and marathons with amputation legs. So that also kept me motivated, and seeing this, I saw a video of this one guy that I thought he was crazy, but he was a surfer, and you can't when somebody
Really?
loves something. Yeah, he got bit by a shark. His both legs was gone, and he still went surfing, and he
Wow.
still surfs to this day and he's a world famous surfer and all that stuff. And because people always ask me would I ever get back on a motorcycle, and as much as I love motorcycles, I love my daughter and my wife to be a little more in my
Right.
family.
That's
So
your family. You had
yeah, that
your wife, your daughter.
exactly. So it's not worth the risk, and I didn't really calculate that because I never been through that type of situation. But after going through it, it's definitely a calculated risk if you hop on a motorcycle. But
Got
it
it.
is a beautiful bike. It is a beautiful situation. When I was on the bike, I was free from the world, so it felt like.
Right.
But stuff like this does
That
happen,
freedom.
unfortunately.
So tell us a little bit about rehab. You know, what your emotions were like going into it and what you discovered by doing the regimens and the exercises.
Got you. Rehab was not easy, but definitely worth it. When I first went into Good Shepherd, I was on a walker. So and to be 2 years later, walking regularly with a little bit of pain in the ankle, I'll take it. But when I went in there, it was very like, wow, what am I even doing this for? But the therapists there, they walk you through it. They work with you where you're at.
Right.
I've became friends with a lot of the therapy there. Miss Mackenzie, she's a physical terrorist. Sometimes that's my joke to her, but it pushes me to where I need to be,
Right.
and I believe they like that as well. They love a patient that's trying to get better, and then when they see them getting better, it shows that the work that they put in does have a reward as well. Even Miss Taylor, she was my inpatient therapist, and we became very cool. And I told her like I don't want to stay like this, and she knows I was young. I was an athlete, so you give me direction, I'm gonna push myself. Not gonna
Right.
over push myself. I don't. Last thing I want to do is break something again or make it slip again. But
Right. And that's why it's important for therapists to kind of get to know you
exactly,
so
yeah,
they know what motivates you.
exactly,
And they know the kinds of things you did before the accident,
exactly,
before you stopped being able to do all these things that you love and you enjoy.
exactly. So
So they
like,
can help get you moving toward those goals.
yeah, because not everybody has the same goals. You know what I mean? Some people just want to like just be able to stand again. And I was very transparent with all my. I would love to. I have a 4-year-old daughter that I want to be able to make sure I can still chase around. She might be a little faster than me because I have a limp, but
Right.
I want to make sure I can get there. So even me and Mackenzie joke to this day. I want to do a 5K marathon. I didn't know how long that was, so she told me this is how many miles you got to run. I was like, all right, maybe we start a little lower, but she gets involved in it, and it's good to see. Like even when I told Miss Judy and Miss Mackenzie, like, hey, I'm trying to propose to my fiance. All the girls in there were excited, but my regimen changed to just straight squatting. They tried to make sure I could get down, get up, get down, get up. And then once I did the proposal, they were like, okay, let's go back to overall body. So, like, if you talk to your therapist and let them know where you want to go, they definitely try to do what they have to do to get you there.
Right. And I hear from almost uh, every person I interview who has gone through rehab, who's had a severe situation, that they really come to really trust the therapists. And that bond, that relationship is really critical to getting better.
Yeah, and I ran into a friend that's in therapy now, and I'm like, you have to talk. You have to be fully transparent. Like sometimes I tell her, hey, my leg's just not there today, and she's okay. Well, let's do some other stuff that could kind of still get you through it, but you're doing something that you're not
You're not giving up.
exactly. You know what I mean? So just be full and transparent. Get to know your therapist. They're gonna deal with you at least 2 times a week. That's more times than you see a lot of people in your life, believe it or not. So, and as you talk to them, they got life stuff going on as well. So, everybody's battling some type of battle, and we all want to have a cheerleader in your corner. So,
Right.
it has helped me mentally, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. Because you go in there and you're like, oh, I feel. There's times I was like, yeah, I think I'm fully healed. I don't got to come back here. And she'll put me through a workout that humbles me, and like, you're not fully there, but keep that energy because that's what's gonna get you there. So,
Right.
as
And
well,
are you back to doing some of the things you did before, basketball and running
yeah.
and, some of
I'm getting there.
the other activities?
Yeah, because I still remember to this day when the accident did happen. I came out of the hospital around Father's Day in June, and then we went to my in-laws like a Christmas party, and I remember picking up a basketball, and I couldn't even like shoot because I couldn't keep my balance. And now I could jog, and I played a 3-on-3 half court, and I'm still not at full recovery, but I never even thought I would get there. So now it gets me even more excited I can fully heal. I feel like I can get to that 100%.
Got it.
When at one point I was just trying to get to 50. So, and like I just try to tell people, take care today. Whatever you could do today, and if you could give 100% today, you'll be surprised how easy tomorrow is. So that's what I try to do with that.
I was actually going to ask you what advice you would give to other people, and that's perfect.
Yeah, just understand, like, as bad as it is, it could have been worse. Like, I could have died. You know what I mean? I could have not healed at all. I could have had one leg. My lungs could have collapsed fully. I'm a chronic asthmatic that had many, many asthma attacks. You know what I mean? So this could have, my daughter was about 2 years old when this happened. So she could have been raised with no father. So a lot of worse could have happened. So I just thank God for what did happen, whatever He's trying to teach me through that transition. And like I told my family at church I feel like this happened because I'm hard-headed, and I only learned a hard lesson, and I wouldn't have got off the bike any other way. So if it would have been like a scratch or like a fender bumper, or I would have just scraped my leg, I probably would have been on that motorcycle again, and who knows if the next accident would have been as favorable in my favor for that. So I just tell people, if you're going through something, it does suck. You have every right to feel down about yourself, but try to focus on the positive, that you are able to move, or you're able... The stuff that I was able to drive myself even in a walker. I see some people that got to get picked up, and those little transitions is like, wow. Or this guy that's in a wheelchair and he can't get out his car, or he needs help, and I'm able to do that. So focus on the little victories, and before you know it, there'll be a big one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Christian, I want to thank you for coming.
No problem.
And it's great to hear your story and how you put things in perspective. And by doing that, it has helped you all along the way to get back to where you are now. And who knows where you'll be a year from now. Yeah. But it's all good.
All good. It's moving forward. No more bad.
That's it.
Life happens, but yeah, if anything, we take it with it comes with life. But everything's positive thinking, moving forward, and I can't thank Good Shepherd enough for what they do. Even the podcast, I was surprised, but even watching other people's stories is like, everybody's battling something, and just be nice to the next person, and just understand that we're all just trying to get better, and take the day by day, and you'll be all right.
There you go. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time.
Good luck.
Thank you, boss.
Well, that's our show, folks. Check in next time for another episode of Boundless and more personal stories of perseverance, health, and wellness from Good Shepherd Rehabilitation. I'm your host, Grover Silcox, saying thanks for stopping by. We appreciate your support.